So hey, it's Carl with KB&P here in Florida in our backyard, actually playing a little frisbee with Pepper. So before we get going on today's video, just wanted to mention a couple of things. First off, I've been working on something while we're here in isolation. I've been working on my wheelies. I've never been able to do them, and so I've given myself 30 days, and so there's a upcoming video to show you whether I actually learned how to do them or not. I'm coming up on my 60th birthday. It's something I've always wanted to do. So anyway, be sure to check out that upcoming video to see if I was successful or not. So besides trying to work on my wheelies, I've given myself a 30-day challenge deadline, and you may have seen some of those things on Facebook talking about 30-day wheelie challenge. I just decided that I was going to record most of the 30 days on video and see what it looks like at the end. So the second thing is I'm really considering moving away from this M&G braking system because I haven't installed anything on the Honda Fit yet so that we can pull it. So for RV enthusiasts, maybe provide some comments about your thoughts about freeing up some room here. If I take this M&G compressor out of here, it frees up some room in this storage area, and I'm actually considering maybe the stay and play, I think that's what they call it. We'll be using this to pull this 2013 Honda Fit, and I've already got the bumper beam. I'm ready to install that. I just need the braking system and the electronics to go with it. So please leave me your comments about that, and also any comments about what you're doing during this time of isolation with the coronavirus in terms of hobbies or new skills that you're working on. Mine, like I mentioned before, is trying to learn how to do wheelies. That's it for now, and I hope you enjoy the video. Pew! Hi, welcome to KB&P. I'm Carl.
I'm Brenda.
What you're about to see, we filmed back in February.
Yes, it was before everything got really crazy with the COVID-19, and they closed all the parks and everything. So we were out trying out our new RV. Yeah,
what we wanted to do is we wanted to do a 1 week trip here in Florida while it was still somewhat cold. It was February, so we were hoping for cold weather
in Florida,
and we wanted to do a 1 week trip prior to going out west. That was our plan, was to go out west, and of course we would be out there now, but we can't because of the coronavirus.
Right. We're responsibly socially distancing.
So what we did is we decided we're going to do this 5-day trip, hit some state parks in Florida, do a little mountain biking, maybe do some boondocking as well in Walmart and in Cracker Barrel parking lots.
Right.
The first day of our trip, the plan was, let's go down to Compra, down at Bing's Landing, down in Palm Coast, do a little mountain biking, have lunch there, and then drive south down to Titusville so that we could catch a SpaceX flight the next day.
Right.
So we packed up, and it took longer than we thought. We were ready to go. We packed everything up, and yeah.
We're hoping that maybe you guys have some really good suggestions on how to load the RV in a quicker, more efficient fashion. We were using basically TV trays to bring food out and laundry baskets.
Yeah.
And it seemed to take forever. If you have anything better, please leave suggestions in the comment.
And we do lists already. You know, I make a list, Brenda makes a list.
Right.
We cross-check the list, we load everything up, and then we get on the road and we figure out that there's stuff that wasn't on the list that we forgot. Right. So we're still working on our
That's
list
usually
making.
after we're a couple hours away from home.
Every time. Every time, by the way, so far. So we're still pretty new at this.
Yeah, we're still new.
So we loaded up the RV, we hopped in, we were running about an hour late, hop in, we take off, and immediately we have a check engine light. And so, being the kind of guy I am, and we're not even a mile down the road, I'm looking at this check engine light, I'm like, Brenda, can you look up in the manual or Google or whatever and figure out this check engine light? I'm just going to keep driving.
And this being not my first rodeo with Carl on distance trips, I said, please, let's just pull over and try to figure this thing out, because it gets very stressful, and ladies, we know how that goes.
So we pulled into a parking lot. I looked at the manual, didn't help at all on the check engine light. So I said, well, let's pop the hood. I've got no expectation that I'm going to see anything there, but when we did pop the hood, I noticed right away the problem, and that was that the turbo inlet was disconnected from the air box. And so my fault, I had forgotten to tighten down the hose clamp when I had changed the oil last. So anyway, but we still had a problem. We tightened it down, we still had the check engine light. And so we pulled back into our driveway at the house. First thing I always do when I have a problem is go right to the Facebook View Navion site group, because those people are terrific.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I mean, it's like we can post anything there and somebody always has a suggestion or an answer.
And it's quick, and we really appreciate the group. So big thanks to the View Navion site on Facebook.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, we cleared the code. We have a scan gauge, we cleared the code, and we got back on the road. So now we're a couple hours behind schedule. We get down to Bing's Landing at Compra, and we had lunch at Captain's Barbecue.
Beautiful area. I mean, it's got picnic tables and group settings outside. There's also a screened room inside that you can overlook the Intracoastal Waterway, and you may see manatees or dolphins passing by, lots of boats. There's a boat ramp there. And 2 blocks to the east, you've got the beach. So it's a great place to spend the day. And also, if you're into mountain biking, there's mountain bike trails.
It's a terrific mountain bike trail.
Yeah.
There, it's got something for everybody. There's a real easy trail, perimeter trail that's very easy, and then there's a blue trail that's a little bit more difficult, similar to Hannah Park, but maybe a couple of more interesting features added to it. And then there's a more difficult Cloud 9, which we did not videotape in this. So
Cloud 9 is very difficult.
Cloud 9 is a little bit more complex than I wanted to tackle with the Border Collie, and I hadn't ridden it in a few years, but I'm eager to get back out there to ride that. Compra is Spanish for bad bargain, and it was actually, that property was purchased over 20 years ago, and when they purchased it, they found a plantation there. There was a Compra plantation was there, and they did an archaeological dig, and if you go to Bing's Landing, you'll still see that dig. It was uncovered. Most archaeological digs get covered back up when they're done. They left this one open, and so they built a shelter over the top of it, and so it became it's like Brenda said, it's a park as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So while you're there eating your delicious barbecue at Captain's Barbecue, don't forget to get the New York style cheesecake. I mean, this guy is amazing. He made cheesecake while he was in New York, so he knows how to make cheesecake, and it's delicious.
Yep, it's very good. They've got a good assortment of bottled beers as well, and the barbecue is just out of this world.
It's super.
So after lunch, decided to go mountain bike riding. Brenda decided to not ride.
Yeah, unfortunately my back was a little tweaked, and I was giving it a little bit of rest before our next mountain bike trip.
So the clip you're about to see is Pepper and myself. We crossed A1A and got onto the Blue Trail at Compra. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah. You.
Good boy. Come. Oh yeah, and he's ready. Oh really? Knocked my water over and everything, huh? All right, so we have a little routine. It's called get all wrapped up around the tree. But it's a little routine we do before we go mountain biking. That's to throw the frisbee some. Come here. All right, here, come here. Mm-hmm. All right. Alright, we gotta go around the fun stuff. That's okay. Whoa! Sorry about that, Pepper. My bad. Can't be doing wheelies while you have a dog pulling you. Okay. Good boy. Looking back to me is what I want. There's a trail he's never been on. You got it. He would pick the black line. And he had no problem with it. Hey, 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 hey. Good boy. Getting winded. He's got a good pace going. He's taking that black line again. Good boy. I almost messed up though. Or I did mess up. Forgot, you got to keep your momentum on that. Like I said, it's been a couple of years since I've been out here. Super fun trail. You ready for some water? He's got good trail sense. Oh, here's the trail work. Yeah, it's Pepper. You do all the trail work out here? Just some of it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's looking good. What's your name?
Scott.
Scott. I'm Carl. Yep, nice to meet you. Come on, Pepper, that's not helping. Sorry. See ya. Handlebars. Oh, you're jumping right into that tree. Not quite sure I'm getting that part. Settled into a nice, easy trot at a speed that I can carry on a conversation, you know, with a dog. And he's listening. Look at those ears. He's got those ears up, sort of. Oh, yeah. Okay, right here. Pepper, Pepper, come. Pepper, come. Right here. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. So we're going to put this leash on, and then we get some water, okay? Good boy. I don't want you playing in traffic. Good job. Okay. Good boy. Good boy.
Hey, hope you enjoyed that video with Carl and Pepper running the trail. And if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe and hit like, and we'll see you out on the trails.
All right, take care.
Yo.
So just wanted to mention a couple of things before we get going on. That's a loud bird. A couple of things before we get going on this week's video. And dude, cut me some slack. Before we get going on today's video, okay, I guess I need a different location. Until we see you next time, happy trails.